Hello, in this video today I'm going to be looking at a new piece of hardware from Elgato. What is it? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Roll titles! Hi, I'm Kip from kiphakes.tv and today we are looking at this. There you go, this is the Elgato Light Strip and it's basically a new addition to the Elgato lighting range. It retails around about the £60 mark and it is a 2-metre light strip. Now it's different from other Elgato lighting products that are actually lighting this scene right now, where it does colour as well, so that's good. It's nice to have a bit of colour injected into the Elgato world. So in this video what we will do is I will get these unboxed for you and then we'll set them up on my phone, and then I'll give you a quick tour of how we set them up within Stream Deck, because this is something that they offer and do boast about, that they've got Stream Deck integration. Now the light strip itself is 2 meters long. You can trim it down to size at 33 centimeter intervals, so if you don't want it as long then you don't need to, you can trim it down. But yeah, we'll have a little look a bit more at that during the unboxing. So let's take this over to the table and get it unboxed. So here's the back of the box with all the specifications. Uses superior LED technology. It's got a slim and flexible design, control on your terms, full spectrum color, and direct Stream Deck integration. This is what I'm looking forward to, a bit of Stream Deck integration. And there is the front of the box. So I guess we should see what's inside and what it looks like. Okay. So we have got a quick start guide which takes you through the strips. So it tells you here that it's got 1.5 meters of cable from the power supply to the light strip control box, and then there's 200 mil of cable from the control box to the light strip itself, and the light strip is 2 meters in length, and you can cut the light strip every 33 centimeters or so. It does have adhesive backing on it, and so the interface is actually a bit like the Philips Hue lights. There's a little box that goes in between the power supply and to the light, so we'll have a little look at that. And it does have a reset button on it that you can control, that you can reset the lights and put them back to factory settings. So there's that, and then we've got the actual product itself. What's this? It is just important in safety instructions. That's fine. Okay, so here is our power adapter. It steps down your voltage from mains voltage down to 24 volts at 1.25 amp, 30 watts. Pretty standard stuff, and it is white. So bear that in mind. These just come in white, I believe. Right, okay, so oh, I think that's the actual light strip itself in there. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a moment. So we have got adapter plates for the UK, America and Europe. There's a Europe one, this is the American one. And so the adapter can work for whatever country you're in. And then this is like the little control module. That's very lightweight. And yeah, it's got the reset button and the connector to the LED strip, and then the input for the power supply there. And as I mentioned, the reset button is here. Yeah, there's not very much to it. And look, it comes with a little Tessa adhesive pad, so you can stick it where you want to stick it, not like that. Okay. So this is the strip of lights itself. Okay, that's proper cute and diddy. And it comes wrapped with a little Velcro strip, which is super cool. And yeah, I'm amazed that like 2 meters of lights actually curl down this tightly. And there we go, look, it's got Elgato branding on it, which I like, that's very cool. And yeah, we should have the cut strips, there we go. So about every 33 centimeters, we've got these cut strips here. Do you know what, I don't actually have a plan of where these are gonna go in my setup yet. So yeah, I'll have to have a little play about with them and see where suits. I'll have to see, but I guess what we should try doing now is powering them on. So let's do that. I'll just uncoil these ever so slightly. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear the table a little bit. So we'll get that plugged into here. Does it have a key? There we go. So that is plugged into there now. And I will need the UK plug adapter. So I think that should just twist. There we go. So that is locked into place for the UK. And let's just undo a bit of this cable. Now I control my lights at my desk using Lumia Stream, which is a bit of software. You can either pay for it or there is a free version with limited functionality, and I use that. So I think the light strip is supported in that now, so that's good. So power on. Hey, there we go. Oh, look at that. So by default it is just pulsing colour away. I'm amazed that this is 2 meters of light. It just doesn't look like 2 meters of length, but it must be. Elgato don't really lie, do they? I hope not, anyway. Let's make it so you can see that better. Cool. Now it does seem to have, it's a bit hard to see, but it does seem to have like an extension connector at the end here. So that could mean that we might see some extension kits in the meantime, or you might be able to plug in some third-party lights, although I wouldn't recommend it because I don't know for sure. But that's really cool. So let's see if we can get this set up in the Elgato software, and fingers crossed it should work. So let's make it so you can see my screen. Cool, so if we go into the Elgato Control Center app, and then if we click on the cog, we can add new accessory. Yes, there we go, it's found it straight away, the Elgato light strip, and we will connect. Yes, connect to it. Boom, so then we've got to pick our Wi-Fi network and connect to it. This is where I wonder if I typed my password right. Oh no! That is not good. There we go. Aha! Despite saying it hadn't found it, it had. There we go. So I'm ramping up the brightness. Let's see if we can change the colour. Nice sort of blue. There we go. So as I scroll around, something I'm noticing a bit more, it's a bit different to the Hue light strips, is when you change the colours, as you move around, it feels a bit more, I don't know what the correct word is, like sort of jolty. You move your finger around like this on the Hue app, it's just kind of smooth, but this isn't as smooth, but it's okay. Oh, and we can add some favourite colours, so I'm going to do that. Nice bright yellow, that's a favourite. add. Bit of red, it's a favourite. Bit of blue, that's a favourite. Green, there we go. So then we can just switch instantly to our favourite colours. That's really cool. I like that. And there we go, we've got the controls for it. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to show you something, and we might be able to make use of it in this video. Now, I've got some of this, and basically it's channel for LED lights, and it's got a diffuser in the top, and basically you can slide out this cover and stick the LED light onto there, and it diffuses the light a little bit. So I'm wondering if I'm going to put my light strip into this, just to make it look a little bit neater. I'll put a bit in for demo purposes. You can see my train of thought. I mean, I'm not saying the Elgato light strip looks a bit ugly, but it does look a little bit ugly. So if I just push that in there, just temporarily, and see what it looks like. So if I just go back into the app. Yeah, it diffuses the light ever so slightly. Yeah, as I say, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put this light strip yet. But I might well case it in this, just so it's a little bit neater and looks a little bit cleaner. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to this stuff into the description, so if you want to get some, you can buy some for yourself. But yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, so what I think I'll do now is we'll go back to my desk, and I'll show you where I've decided to put it. Well, there we go. So as you can see, I have got them behind me now, and I use the light channel. I use the channeling stuff that I showed you in the unboxing to install them onto my unit back there. Yeah, and I'm really quite pleased with it. I like the light that it's giving towards the edges of the unit, and also that I like that it's lighting the sign as well. The sign is backlit, but I quite like having the front light as well. So yeah, it's quite good, and I've also got it set up on my Stream Deck so I can change the colours with the press of a button. And I think what I'll do now is show you how I've got it set up in Stream Deck so you can do it yourself. So yeah, let me show you my screen. Right, so you can see my screen now, and yeah, firstly you need to make sure you've got the Elgato Stream Deck software installed. You pretty much should have that already, and also the Elgato Control Center software. You won't be able to make this work without the Elgato Control Center software. And once that's installed, you get these lovely buttons on to the Stream Deck. And so yeah, we'll just start off with a simple on-off toggle, and we'll set it for the Elgato light strip. There we go, and that will turn the light on and off. Let's just check. Does what it says. And then we can do some other stuff as well. We can make it so we can change the brightness. So we'll add a button there, and we'll change it to that, and we'll make it so it turns the brightness down by 10% with each press. And then we'll do another button that turns the brightness up by 10% with each press. And then you can just make it automatically jump to colours. So we'll add a blue button, and then we'll add a red button, and then we'll add a green button, There you go, and those work as expected. You can just press them and it changes the colours. Now, there's no setup at the moment for making like a sort of disco or to change colours between the two. So to get around it, I did a little sort of slightly hacky thing, which is this. So I made this button already. I didn't want to bore you with making it because it took ages to do. With the Elgato Stream Deck, you can make multi-action buttons. So basically one press of the button triggers lots of events. And actually, let me show you how you do that. You just click on, you right click on an empty button and then do create multi-action. And then it creates something like this. And you can drag in as many things as you want to make it do all of those things with the touch of a button. So what I've done is I've made it so it changes colour, it sets the colour, but there's a 500 millisecond delay between each colour change. So yeah, pressing that does the little light cycle, as you can see behind me. Now, it only repeats it once. You could make it so it repeated it a couple of times, but you just essentially have to keep on adding to that list. So it would be really good if Elgato could figure out a way of making, you know, like a light show or something, or it breathing. That would be really cool. But that is the way that I found it, just to do multiple colours in sequence. There might be a better way of doing it, I don't know. So yeah, it's really quite simple, as you'd expect from Elgato, to get the software set up. And I feel this is very similar to Hue's Light Strip offering, although it is slightly smaller and not as bulky. But as I mentioned in the unboxing video, I do find that the Hue lights have a slightly better flow between the colours, I guess is the right word. As you're moving around the colour palette, let me just show you, it just feels very like jumpy, I guess. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't flow. I'm moving it from one side of the colour palette to another, and it's just sort of all disco mode. It doesn't seem to have quite the refinement. But again, that's probably a software thing, and also the Hue lights use the Zigbee protocol, and I think that is faster than regular Wi-Fi. So it's different stuff for different people. But I think if you've got Elgato gear, especially like I have, it's fantastic, and having the Stream Deck integration is really, really good. Now, obviously, you can go, well, you can get a strip of lights on eBay for like $5, and they can change colour and they can do stuff, and you get like this cute little remote control. That is fine, that is true, and you absolutely can, but you've got no idea how long those little LEDs are going to last. At least with Elgato, and indeed Hue, you know that you're getting a quality product that should stand the test of time, and they use proper nice LEDs rather than some cheap ones that fell off the production floor somewhere in China. So I think the light strips are a good starting point for Elgato. It would be good if you could cut and rejoin like Philips has done with their Hue, and also it'd be great if they bought out some extension units like you can get with Philips Hue. There's definitely the potential there, because there is like an end joiny connector thing, so you might be able to knock up something of your own, although I wouldn't recommend it. Also, yeah, I think the software needs a little bit more refinement, so it makes it a bit more interesting. And as far as I'm aware, each LED isn't individually addressable. I'm pretty certain that's the case. So you can't have like a chasing light sequence or something like that. I think you just get a colour across all the LEDs. I'd be happily proved wrong, but I think that's how the setup works, which is, it's alright. I know like a lot of gamers like their pulsing lights and they're chasing colours and stuff like that, but I'm not that guy really. So yeah. If you want to get the Elgato light strips, then the link is in the description of the video. And also, I definitely recommend this plastic channeling that I put it in. It just makes the whole installation look a lot neater. And I think that was around about £30 for a pack of 6 or 8 1 metre strips. So, you know, it's good. And I'm going to use those in an upcoming project in the kitchen, which you'll see more of in the future. I don't think there's much else for me to say. If you've got any questions, comments or queries, then do drop a comment below, and please do give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, or a thumbs down if you haven't. It's all interaction, it's all good. And yeah, don't forget, all my social links are in the description as well. You can join the Discord, you can become a channel member, you can become a Patreon. or you can just watch this and move on. It's absolutely fine. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon for some more vlogging fun. See ya!